Hello, my name is Brandon Casper. From what we discussed the other day, standing in front of everybody and speaking isn't exactly very hard for me, seeing as I've done a lot of theater, and as it was mentioned, I went nude in a play of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But before you all think that all I did was just wiggle my twig and berries in front of everybody on Orange County Theater, it wasn't that. I did Shakespeare, I did Joseph Heller, who wrote Catch-22 if you didn't know that. And I also wrote several plays of my own that were produced, and that was a lot of fun. But so all those taught me to be very comfortable in front of people. Obviously, it is different when you're doing it as a character because you're not you, so you don't get to have your own personal hang-ups because you're not you. But I do still, I still can be embarrassed. It's whenever there's a mixture of anxiety and embarrassment, depending on whatever the subject matter is, yeah, you can still have certain embarrassments, but pretty much what I wanted to talk about was my biggest turning point for me, which happened a little over 2 years ago. I realized I was having a massive problem with alcohol, and I decided that I needed to stop drinking, and so as of June 15th of this year, I've been 2 years sober. I don't use that to preach to anybody. This is my personal choice. I'm not one of those who, if I see somebody drinking, I wag my finger and give them a stink eye. I'm not like that at all. For me, it was a choice because the line between having a casual drink with friends and drinking to cope with my problems became very blurred very fast, and it became just too much of a problem. And like I said, I don't preach this to anybody. I still have family and friends who do drink, or but nobody pressures me. Nobody gives me any hard time. I can hang out with people. For the most part, I don't put myself in a lot of situations where booze flows like wine, or whatever the expression is. So I have been very fortunate in that case. But for me, that helped put me on a track because before that, I left school. I was working. I was doing theater. But my life had really, really derailed from where I wanted it to go. And after about a year of being sober, I decided to make the trip to come back to school. So summer of last year, I came back and started summer school, and I've been in school ever since, pursuing my history degree because that's something I've always been good at. And I can't really sum up my whole life for you in 2 to 3 minutes, or what I think I'd want to, because that would be really, really sad. But I think I hope that I gave you at least a little idea of who I am, where I'm going, and what I've been through a little bit. And